fighting the fight for all of us. Thank you, Sean Lang. Next, from MCC Hartford, please join me in welcoming to the stage Pastor Aaron Miller.
Always have to adjust the mic. Good afternoon. I am absolutely delighted to be here today to speak on a day of such celebration and victory. Yes, I am Reverend Aaron Miller. I'm with the Metropolitan Community Church of Hartford. And I remember 2 years ago leading the march to this area as we started the rally to repeal DOMA, where we've come to just 2 years later. Today we celebrate full legal equality in marriage, and we applaud all the efforts, small and large, that brought us to this day, that changed minds and hearts, that this country would see this day of freedom and opportunity. You may not know this, but the Metropolitan Community Church has been fighting this, leading this marriage equality since 1968, and we continue to do that around the United States and throughout the world. As people of faith, MCC has stood for equality and the sanctity of marriage, and we agree with the Supreme Court Justice Kennedy, who wrote, "No union is more profound than marriage, for it embodies the highest ideals of love, fidelity, devotion, sacrifice, and family. In forming a marital union, two people become something greater than they once were." I can testify to this fact. I have been doing this since 2008, since it's been legal here in Connecticut. And one of the most humorous moments in all the marriages I have officiated was a couple that had come from Texas because people were coming to this state to be married. And after the wedding of these gentlemen, we were sitting at the reception, and one of their cousins looked at me and said, "So do you officiate heterosexual marriages?" And I hesitated to give that dramatic pause, and I said, "Yes, I don't discriminate." It has been with great joy that we have repealed DOMA, that I also now can marry people from different countries. I have married someone from Texas and someone from Laos. They had had a long-distance, long-time relationship and never thought it possible to have their marriage here in these great United States. We do now. It has been my great joy to do marriages of all sorts, but today all love matters, all vows matter, and all vows are recognized. We vow to stand for justice. We vow to stand for equality. We vow to stand for love. Today all vows are equally sacred, and yes, today equally recognized legally. I stand before you today as a Christian pastor, and I am painfully aware of some of the rhetoric that's out there. But I assure you there is a growing and large community of faith, not just here in Hartford at the MCC Hartford, but throughout the United States. We represent a voice of faith, a voice of hope, a community of faith, and a voice of love. I'm also a hospital chaplain, and this morning I found it very interesting that I walked out and I was going to my car and there was money on the street, and I looked down and there were dollar bills, and I thought to myself, it is true, the streets are paved with gold. But I looked down, I picked them up, and it was 3 single dollar bills, and I've got to tell you, I realized in that moment it was a sign, because I didn't know yet that this was going to be a very queer day. Yes, $3 bills. So let us draw together. Let us remember that for all that we hear, for all that we know, love will always win. It won today, and it always will. We are all God's beloved. We can all say maybe amen.